Berserk fans, did you know that the Band of the Hawk was real? There was a real mercenary band called the Company of the White Hawk, led by a real man called John Hawkwood, a peasant who was later knighted and founded his own mercenary band. That sounds like Griffith, and it's all real. So let's put on that Griffith similarity points counter and start from the beginning. Many myths surround the birth of the man who created the Company of the White Hawk, John Hawkwood. One myth claims that his mother gave birth to him in a forest, which is said to be the origin of his name, the Hawk of the Wood. John Hawkwood, born in a forest. Born in a forest? Wait a minute. Can you give gut similarity points too? Other myths claim that Hawkwood was born into the life of a mere peasant who practiced to become a tailor, though it is now more commonly believed that he was born to a wealthy landowner. Still, at the time, the myth of John Hawkwood the peasant was more powerful, and that's the story he went with officially. A story that saw him knighted, a peasant being knighted. Unheard of at the time, but Hawkwood earned it due to his accomplishments in the 100 Years' War. He then founded his own mercenary band in Italy called Campagna Bianca del Falco, which translates to Company of the White Hawk, though it became commonly known as the White Company. The mercenaries assembled from all nations, a true melting pot. Hungarian, English, German, and all of the Europeans were in there. And the White Hawk led them all and led them successfully. The mercenaries were mostly active in Florence, where craftsmen's average yearly salary was 30 florins. Hawkwood's earnings as the leader of the company, up to 80,000 florins per year. Yeah. Though financially, obviously very successful, Hawkwood's Company of the White Hawk never quite soared to the heights that Griffith's Hawks do in Berserk. Hawks soared. I'm a literary genius. But I think the inspiration is pretty obvious, standing at a similarity counter of 7. Miura never stated that the Band of the Hawk was inspired by the Company of the Hawk, so it could all just be a massive coincidence. But I mean, a real mercenary band composed of several nations that are called Company of the White Hawk and whose leader is a supposed peasant that was knighted after the 100 Years' War and has Hawk in his name. Yeah. That's not a coincidence. In terms of personality, historic reports describe Hawkwood as a violent man and a great tactician. He would defeat enemies with clever, though dirty tactics, traps, like setting up meets on the battlefield and then attacking the opposing troops from behind. And the Band of the Hawk was known for their extremely violent ways. They showed no mercy for the lives of the innocent and even less mercy for women who suffered even worse fates. So in that regard, Griffith shares a lot of similarity with Hawkwood and his men. Appearance-wise, Hawkwood definitely did not resemble Griffith. There's a famous painting of him, and descriptions state that he was a heavy-set man, like a young ox on the shoulders, powerful of arm and hand, with brown eyes and heavy brows. Sounds like guts, honestly. But Griffith's appearance is also based on somebody. In fact, it's based on a character from a manga that Miura loved, and which was a massive influence on Berserk. But that's a video for another day. So if you want to see that video on another day, and if you like what I do here, giving you the mythological, historical backgrounds for anime and manga and all of that, then stick around. Remove that plus, because I do this every day. And if you follow, then I'll see you tomorrow. Alright? Alright.